to Smash Writing. Today we are going to be talking about Death of a Unicorn, directed by Alex Garfman. And I had to kind of debate about it this weekend because there was a couple movies that came out. There was Snow White, which I rolled out because I'm not a big fan of Disney princesses. And Working Man was close until I saw a trailer where Statham had a line that was almost exactly the same thing he said in The Beekeeper. And it was directed by the guy who did The Beekeeper. And it got me thinking, like, is this just a... Like, I know a lot of action movies are clones of each other, but it's really like a big middle finger when they're actually just ripping off the same line. So, Death of a Unicorn was... because it's a murderous unicorn, and you sold me on that. Despite the fact I have not seen a single trailer for this outside of the one trailer. And that was it. It's not like I've been, like, avoiding it, but just, I haven't seen any trailers for this movie. Which almost is like a bad sign going in. With that said, let's dive in, shall we? This movie opens with a father and a daughter driving along the road. They're heading to a retreat of some sort, a work retreat kind of deal. And the daughter is not happy about it. And the way she talks about it, her dad's involved with Big Pharma somehow, and he's trying to climb up that corporate ladder. And the way she is, she's a bleeding heart liberal. And she calls him out for the bullshit that Big Pharma does. He doesn't want to hear about it and does the normal excuse of, like, when I get into it, I could change things once I get in. But between that argument and the fact that the electronics are dying and he's trying to figure out where he's going and he's speeding up, all bad signs for that unicorn which walks into the middle of the road and gets run over. But it's not dead yet. Its horn starts glowing and the daughter, Ridley, touches the horn, dad, Elliot. She touches the horn, she gets transported to the cosmos. Bright lights and galaxies and beautiful sight. But Dad doesn't see any of this. He thinks his daughter's having a seizure, so he just goes ham with a tire iron on that unicorn's head. And then he loads the unicorn up into the rental, and they make it to the mansion. The rich family. Yeah, husband, father Odell. The wife's name, I believe, was Shaw, and the son's name was Shepard. And I hated them immediately. The worst people. And then they're there for some kind of work-related thing that he's trying to sign a deal with. And they requested Elliot exclusively because of how he came together with his daughter through the mother's passing. Despite the fact that that is clearly, after what we saw, not what happened. And both of them are shaken up about what had happened, but there's weird things afoot. Her acne heals, his eyesight heals, his asthma has gone away. Unfortunately for them, that unicorn is not dead and starts going crazy in the car, which gets everyone out to investigate what's going on. And security puts a bullet in the unicorn's head. So they're all taken back by, like, what the hell is this? Until they learn the unicorn can heal, because Dad, Odell, is dying of tumors, cancer. And, oh boy, the healing potential in their eyes light up. Like, we must study this. So they bring in some scientists and some doctors, and they're studying the unicorn and studying Elliot and Ridley. And almost immediately, they start sanding off a bit of horn, using some blood on Odell. And he not only heals, but he looks younger. It's de-aged him. And they're a little upset that they have a finite amount of blood and that stuff to work with. But they start calling up their rich buddies they're ready to sell. But Ridley speaks up. She's been doing some research of her own and is doing her best to explain that this ends badly. This will not go the way they think it will. But nobody wants to hear this. None of them. Until they're transporting the unicorn and the parents show up, the big unicorns arrive. They take out one scientist, a security guard, but he becomes transfixed on Ridley and is about to let her touch the horn, but security shows up with bigger guns and injures it, and he runs off. So let the hunt begin. Except Ridley is trying to warn them because what she found is that the unicorn's going to heal itself. And it's not going to be injured when they find it. And not only that, he ain't alone. The mom unicorn is here too. And the only two to make it back to the house is Odell and Elliot. But Odell does not make it into the house. He gets picked off at the door. And they decide, when the unicorns take up the power, they come up with a plan. Griff, the butler, will go to the gate and open it. The remaining scientists will take the unicorn out to give over to the parents. And then whenever the gates are open, they'll drive off. But the problem is that, Shepard has been snorting and smoking the horn shavings, and demands the horn to be removed, and the horn is removed. And since the horn's not there, the unicorns are not happy about this trade. Takes out the scientist. Griff bails. He's like, I'm out of here. And the four lock themselves in the house. And like I said, Shepard's been piecing it all together through his snoring of the horn. And he knows how to capture them. Ridley's help can catch it with a fair maiden with an innocent heart. And once they're captured, they can breed them, and they'll have an unlimited amount of healing. And all that goes awry whenever the unicorns bust in. And Shepard and the mom go off, and Elliot and Ridley get trapped upstairs. Shepard leaves his mom to die painfully. Elliot apologizes for being an ass through all of this, and uses the horn to lead away the mom unicorn. But Shepard holds Ridley at arrow point and manages to subdue both unicorns. Elliot stabs Shepard with the unicorn horn. Shepard stabs Elliot with the arrow, but the unicorns bring back both their child unicorn and Elliot back to life and run off when Griff arrives with the police. And this doesn't look good, so off to the police station everyone's going. And the movie ends with the unicorns reappearing and knocking the police car off the road. Because I guess they figured out that they're the ones who started all this shit to begin with. And that is Death of a Unicorn. Alright, let's start with the positives here. This has some really tasty gore. I do really like the gore. They did some really great effect work, some special effects, some practical effects. All of it looked really good. I do like the designs of the unicorn. I like just how big the two parent unicorns were. I do like some of the character work. Some of the lines were really good. I love the apology with Elliot to Ridley, where he says, I did this all for you, but no, looking back on it, you never needed anything that I was giving you, and this was all just for me. Because normally you get that broken up, and it doesn't really work, because you'll get the one parent's like, I did it all for you, and the daughter's like, I never wanted it, this was all what you wanted. And that hits them like a rock, and they have to go through all that. But I like the fact that Elliot just figures it out. Like, no, I used you as an excuse for what I wanted. And I felt like that was the best way that this has been handled. Like I said, you did get some great character work with Ortega and Rudd, of course you will, and Anthony Kerrigan, who was the one who played Griff. Okay, on to the negatives. And there are quite a few. Because with that said, I feel like, first off, you played this serious, which, a risky play, because I already reamed out the monkey for that. And while I think you did it a little bit better here than the monkey did, you also left a lot on the bone here. Specifically with Ridley. Because you had like the moment where she's trying to explain to them that this is a bad idea. She feels just like a flopping fish out of water. She's not really speaking to get her point across, and she needs to speak. She has to have more of a backbone when she's confronting the rich fucks and her dad. But never at any point does she ever get that big moment where she gets to speak. Instead, just floundering, she's spewing words out. Nothing really works with this character. And as bad as that scene was, the ending was terrible. Like, god fucking awful. You got a moment where she's being used as bait to bait out the unicorns, and the dad unicorn comes first. And Shepard is holding her at arrow point from a distance. But he doesn't know what he's doing. He's even said, I didn't practice as much as I claimed to. So, he's not on her. He's a distance away. And her character should know that there's nothing he can do in this situation with the unicorn present because the unicorn is infatuated with her character, with her maiden. So there's no reason why she just shouldn't get up. Because he can't hurt the unicorn with the bow, he probably can't hit Ridley, and even if he tried, the unicorn will get involved. So just get up. And at one point, after she's got the unicorn down, and he's tying the legs of the unicorn, he has set the bow and arrow down. For the love of God, get the fuck up. But no, because you've got her as a stereotypical bleeding heart liberal who's spineless. But that's never really true. Just let her have her backbone. Let her have her story arc. Do something. You made me sit here for 2 hours and the main character does nothing. The pacing on this movie is not that great either. There's a whole lot of, we're gonna go, nope, stop talking it out, stop to do something else, stop the pacing. The pacing never gets going. This movie never really gets to flow along because there's so many start-stop moments. And it takes a real long time even for the adult unicorns to show up. It's just, allow your movie to go. Allow it to proceed down the hill. Momentum here. Let the momentum of the movie carry from one scene to another. So what will the grade be? I've been thinking about this since I watched this movie. It's really hard because I really do like some of the character work here. I did like the gore. I did like the unicorns. And the only thing saving this from a D is the fact that I could probably give this movie one more watch. Just now that I know what's happening, now that I know that it's not a comedic movie, there's... Even that sounded weird too. Because there were spots around here that I'm not sure if it was supposed to be funny, but were so shocking you just kind of laugh at that. But I'm not sure if they were trying to make you laugh. I hope that's true, otherwise, because this was their best shot at comedy, man, that's real bad. But, since it's the fact that I would give this movie another watch, I'm going to stick to my original grade of a C-. But I would not suggest going to the theater for this one. Wait till it's streaming somewhere or buy it on DVD, pick it up, rent it, whatever. And that's my take on Death of a Unicorn. As always, have a good day, evening, night, afternoon, whatever, wherever you are, and bye-bye.